Today, we're taking a fascinating, literal, under-the-hood tour of your own body to see exactly what happens during an optimal 8 hours of rest. Now, you probably already know sleep is important, right? But the precise, mechanical choreography that kicks off the second your eyes close, well, it's going to completely reframe how you look at bedtime. Let's dive right in with a pretty simple question. When your head hits that pillow for the night, is your body just turning off? Are you essentially just a laptop going into sleep mode to save some battery? For a long time, that's exactly what people thought. But the reality? It's way more dynamic. Actually, during certain stages of sleep, like REM sleep, your brain is literally more active than when you're wide awake. Wild, right? So I want you to think of sleep not as a pause button, but as a high-energy nightly renovation. It is an active, highly choreographed biological upgrade. While you're lying there totally still, your internal systems are actually clocking in for their absolute heaviest shift of the day. They're meticulously repairing your health, stabilizing your mood, and completely recharging your daily energy. Here's our roadmap for today. Number 1, upgrading brain and mood. 2, fortifying heart and immunity. 3, muscles, metabolism, and hormones. And 4, some practical tips for better rest. All right, kicking things off with section 1. Upgrading brain and mood. Let's look at the really stark contrast between a rested and a tired state. When you get a full night's rest, your brain is this brilliantly optimized machine. Memories are organized, your mood is totally stabilized. But skip that 8-hour reset, you are quite literally running on a cluttered, emotionally unstable operating system. You get that heavy brain fog, you just can't retain new information, and your emotional regulation, it's severely compromised. To understand exactly why this happens, we have to talk about your mental filing cabinet. Throughout the day, you are taking in a massive amount of data. And during sleep, your brain is furiously sorting through all of it. It grabs the important stuff from your short-term memory vault, that's the hippocampus, and securely transfers it over to the neocortex for long-term storage. At the exact same time, it is literally shredding the useless mental clutter. This physical nightly clearing process is exactly why you wake up feeling sharp and ready to go. Moving right along to section 2, fortifying heart and immunity. Think about it. Throughout the day, your heart is working incredibly hard just to keep you moving. But once you hit deep sleep, you get what's known as the cardiovascular reset. Your heart rate naturally slows down and your blood pressure actually drops by about 10 to 20%. This nightly dip provides some essential, much-needed relief. It drastically reduces your overall physical stress and really protects your long-term cardiovascular health. Now, while your heart is getting that rest, your immune system initiates immune fortification. You can kind of picture this as the overnight deployment of your body's internal security team. Your body just ramps up the production of specific proteins called cytokines, alongside targeted antibodies that you absolutely need to fight off illness and combat inflammation. Bottom line, skimping on sleep simply means your immune security team is operating heavily understaffed. Next up, section 3, muscles, metabolism, and hormones. So deep inside your body's hidden chemical factory, we see 3 major hormonal shifts happening all at once. First up, cortisol, which is your main stress hormone, totally drops. This gives you massive stress reduction. Second, your growth hormone rises dramatically, which kicks your tissue repair mechanisms right into overdrive. And finally, you have ghrelin and leptin. These are the hormones that control your hunger and fullness signals, and they get perfectly balanced out to regulate your appetite for the next day. What this means is that a proper 8 hours of sleep acts as a complete metabolic reset. Because your hunger hormones are balanced and your energy processing is fully calibrated, sleep fundamentally dictates your daytime energy levels and regulates your weight. If you've ever found yourself intensely craving junk food after a terrible night of sleep, well, that is literally your metabolic reset failing to trigger. It leaves your ghrelin spiking and your leptin completely crashing. Alongside those hormonal shifts, we also get some deep physical repair. Throughout your day, your muscle tissue gets worn down. Whether you crushed a heavy workout at the gym or you just survived an afternoon chasing toddlers around the park, your muscles experience all these tiny micro tears. Sleep is the vital window where all that physical wear and tear is actively stitched back together and strengthened. And it's all fueled by that massive surge in growth hormone we just talked about. All right, moving to our final stop, section 4, practical tips for better rest. You can actually trigger this nightly bodily upgrade yourself by following a few super simple steps to create a distraction-free sleep environment. Step 1, dim the lights about an hour before bed. This naturally signals to your brain that it's time to wind down. Step 2, lower the room temperature. This is huge for naturally improving your sleep quality. Step 3, put away those screens. And look, it's not just about avoiding distractions. The blue light from your phone actually suppresses your brain's production of melatonin. And step 4, stick to a consistent schedule to really anchor your circadian rhythm. Now, even as we aim for this kind of routine, we have to remember that your specific sleep needs are completely unique to you. Genetics play a major role in whether you're naturally a night owl or an early bird. Age also alters your sleep architecture. For example, older adults often experience much lighter stages of rest. And finally, your daily physical and mental exertion changes your recovery baseline. A day of intense physical training or just heavy mental focus at work absolutely demands more recovery time than a quiet Sunday at home. But even though everyone is different and our daily needs naturally fluctuate, the number 8 remains the ultimate gold standard target. Getting 8 hours provides the necessary, unhurried time frame to allow all these incredible biological systems, the mental filing cabinet, the cardiovascular reset, the immune fortification, the physical repair. It allows them all to run their full, uninterrupted course.
So the next time you're considering staying up late just to be a little more productive, I want you to ask yourself, are you actually getting more done, or are you just canceling your body's most critical daily upgrade? The choice is totally yours. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and hey, here's to a great night's rest.